and so on and so forth. And this COMT, SNP, and energy intake regulates BP, blood pressure, was first reported by Nechi Tun, who is students from Myanmar to our laboratory. I'll give you only one or two or three slides on the actual data that we created. And this is about genetic risk score and hypertension. There are at least at this time that time when this study was done, there were 12 genes that was known to be that account for hypertension susceptibility. We just made a genetic risk score indicating that counting the risk allele numbers. So there are 12 SNPs. So if you have all risk alleles, the point is 24. If you have all non-risk scores, the point is 0. So what is the person's blood pressure according to the risk scores? So this is a little bit faint, but this is 8.9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the person has usually 12 points, and this is the distribution of the patients. And this is the highest patient who has 18 or more. And if you see that as the point of the risk, number of the risk allele increases, the mean blood pressure goes up like that. And those who have more than 18 points, you have the highest. Also, the prevalence for the hypertension can be said for the, it increases in increasing manner of the genetic risk score. So it means that if you have more risk SNP, you are more susceptible to hypertension. This is about diabetes, and we can, this is about diabetes, and we checked for 5 DM risk SNPs, and this time it's HbA1c. You can see a very gradual increase by the number of risk alleles. And then we wanted to know whether this has something to do with environmental factors. So we checked for these persons if there is if the energy intake, how much they eat, will be affected by the genetic makeups. So in this slide, we checked the gene named CDCAR1. Nobody knows, I don't know either, but this seems to be an important gene after the discovery by GVAS. And in this cohort, we took the caloric intake by food frequency questionnaire, FFQ. This comprised about 700 people. So, and we genotype all of them, and these are, the blue ones are for the non-risk type, and the purple one is for the risk type. We stratify them according to the caloric intake. So these are the low intake guys, less than 1,600 calories. These are the middle ones, and these are the high ones, eating more than 2,000. So as for those who have low and middle energy intake, the HbA1c level is almost the same between the risk type and non-risk type. But once they eat 2,000 kilocalories or more, the risk type people get higher HbA1c level than the non-risk type. So this kind of phenomena, we call it gene-environment interaction. This is a good news, since even if you have a risk type gene, if you keep your caloric intake low, you will not develop diabetes. And this